Okay.
Right.
Good to go.
Okay, thanks. I'd like to call the meeting to order for February 28th, 2023. Would you please rise for a moment of silence? Thank you. Would you please join in the pledge of allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you. Roll call.
Trustee Sheets,
Here.
Trustee Hunter,
Here.
Trustee Good.
Here. And we have no minutes to approve. I will make a motion to pay our expenditures. Do I have a second? Second. Roll call.
Trustee Sheets.
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Yes. And Hannah, if you're on there, thank you for being part of the meeting.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
Right, thank you. We'll move on to visitors. Scott? Bell Castro with Trey Bell. About electric?
Yeah, about a lot of different things. So Scott with Trey Bell here to talk about the electric aggregation and a couple of other improvements that we want to make to the program. So I'll definitely need to have a few things approved this evening, if you guys don't mind. To start off my evening, I wanted to first talk about the Ohio Edison market with your existing program with Dynegy. And so $359,085 is the portion of the Ohio Edison. Those are the dollars that we save citizens put back into your community. So that's $359,085.21. It's a big number. The other portion is in the AEP area. It's $444,328.44. So
One more time on that figure.
$444,328.44. 444,328.44. So we're looking at over $800,000 back into your community. I think the rate was a 469, and the rates with the utility currently, they were for a brief moment over 723 with the utility. They're down, I think, 7 3/4. And this is a good segue into my next part of our conversation. That there were some things that have happened in our market recently. And previous years that we would see rates when suppliers bid on the auction that determine the rates for the utilities. The spread would be this big for profit. You know what I'm saying? Very, very thin. Due to some things that have happened up here in the upper markets, there's a lot more risk. The markets went way haywire, as you guys know. So the spread now, if the market's here, the spread is now this. It's allowed us today, because the market's still down here, suppliers are spooked by having to serve the utility customers. And as a result, it leaves us with the opportunity to save your citizens a ton of money again for at least another year, for sure. So the volatility in the markets is one of the hardest things that we're having to deal with right now. It's unlike anything we've seen. I'm going to pass out. It's just a natural gas depiction of the gas rate. Sorry. There was a piece of this that I wanted you guys to see on this, that if anybody wants to see this. So everybody, if you could look here real quick, just so we're all on the same page. This is the long haul where rates were fairly steady.
Does
This-
gas or electric?
Gas. But electric will follow generally the gas rates. What you don't see on this, and I didn't even catch this when I printed it, I apologize. This is COVID. It goes way up and then it shoots all the way down. So this is almost like 91 cents per CCF for gas, the raw price of gas. It's trading today at 27 cents. Electric prices have fallen through the floor here in the last week. Capacity costs, which are also known as of yesterday, I think it was, came in way lower than everyone expected. This is good for you guys because we're going out to bid now. It's getting the renewal of your program set up now. So we're going to get the benefit of all these lowering costs and lock in the rates that, probably in the next day or two. It's my hope to do that. But here is just a depiction of why I brought our energy management agreement, which I'm asking for you guys to reapprove. So it's the same agreement that we had years ago when we signed with you, but we've made two major changes to it. Major but minor. This kind of stuff where we see this could be, I'm just making up a number. This could be 30 cents per CCF on this day, and a week later, it's all the way up here at 60 cents. These variations, imagine, so for the scenario where I come here tonight, and I want to say, hey, we're going to lock in your rates here, right? 2 days later, it's all the way up here. I can't do that. I mean, we gotta be a lot more quick on our feet to help the residents lock in rates. So with that, there are a couple other things in our EMA. This is our energy management agreement. Again, you've seen this before years ago. It's been a while since we've been working with you guys for a while. But this energy management agreement, we made the first stipulation change. Section 3, letter D, appoint Trey Bell as the client attorney in fact to execute, file, and record any documents necessary to accomplish and facilitate the services of aggregation. So what does that mean? Every year, and I want to thank you because I think you guys recently did this, but we got the eligible customer list request from you guys. There's no reason, it's an administrative function. I don't need to chase anybody down for that. We can do that now with this agreement. You also, I just saw it was filed recently, the certification to continue to be a governmental aggregator. That needs not only signed, but it also needs notarized. Well, Scott Raffeld in our office is now a notary. We can sign it. I can sign it. I can create the doc. He goes ahead and notarizes it, and we submit your stuff to the PUCO. So no more need for us to run back and forth to get that or chase down someone to do that. That's what this does. The second part of the change here, so that's the first piece, is an attachment number 1. And this gives Trey Bell with you guys, the agency authority is limited to require that any pricing under an MSA, that's the pricing between the supplier and township, shall be equal to or less than 8 cents a kilowatt hour or 70 cents per CCF on gas as applicable. And what that really means is we are given the limited authority under any of these terms to be able to go ahead and sign on your behalf. So it's like tomorrow, the capacity cost decrease that we realized today isn't going to be taking effect into the supplier models till tomorrow morning. So I was going to come here with the rate tonight, but then I thought I better wait till tomorrow when, we'll get a much better, not a much better rate, but a tweaked lower rate. So I then can call whichever one of you or all three of you and say, hey, the rate's going to be X, probably somewhere between 6.6 and 6.9. All right. And I say, we're ready to go. Is that okay? And you're like, yeah, I got it. We're all good because we talked about this tonight. I can sign the agreement with the supplier as an agent on your behalf as we move forward. All right. Much cleaner, much easier. We don't wait 2 weeks and have to worry about all the chance that the rate could run away. And remember, this says less than 8 cents, but this is just, I have to put a number in here. So it's not like I can just sign whatever I feel like. But at the end of the day, that's not how I work. You guys know me by now. And I'm going to call you to say, hey, here's what the rate is. I'm going to go ahead and sign it today. Okay. So anything above 8 cents per kilowatt hour or less, I can tell you just based on what I saw today, rates were in that 6.6 to 6.9 range with the utility, or pardon me, with the suppliers. I think as long as we're in that range, we're doing the right thing here. Okay, so if it's over 7 cents, I'll probably won't do anything with it until we figure out why it's over 7. But I think we're good. So that's that piece of it. And this is just the letter of authorization. Instead of handing the utility this entire document, it's just a one page. It goes with this, all right? So here's the final thing. First of all, I do need a motion for that this evening and then for you guys to sign. The second thing is with the rates, and I want everybody to hear this, anybody that's watching it, rates come June 1st with the AP market and actually the Ohio Edison market are going to go up with the utility. So if you're not using the aggregation program, which is currently at 4.67 through the July billing cycle, then your rate come June 1st for the electric you're using in June is going to jump to probably somewhere between 10.5 and 11.5 cents per kilowatt hour. So think about what a couple things I've said. For at least a month, you may be only paying 4.69 when the utility is going to jump to call it 11 cents. And when we get the renewal done, that'll take effect right after the old one expires. Then you'll be at, like I said, somewhere around 7 cents a kilowatt hour when the utility's at 11. So that's a 4 cents off per kilowatt hour savings. And it's going to, the dollars I read off tonight to you, that's still a large number. It's going to be even bigger than that next time for the next year. So I think we're in a great spot. We're doing, I think, Trade Bell's been super busy. So that's another reason I need this agreement. We've got over 150 combined electric and gas programs that we're renewing in a 40-day window. So it's really kind of a lot. So any questions from trustees or anybody? Anybody?
How long is this contract?
Good question. I'm going to take it through May of 25. So it'll be just under, what would that be? It'd be 22 months, I think, 22 months long. Yep. May of 25 is when we're going to try and run this through.
And I know you told me, but I don't. Why is South Central not included?
Yep, because they are not a public utility.
Okay,
Yep, they're a co-op. Thank you for the word.
I thought that's what the reason was. but I don't know.
Yeah, yep. Is this an appropriate time that we would move this piece? Is it? Okay, because I'm gonna have you guys sign it before I leave here
Yep.
and get it moved forward. That way I can get some information. So if I could get a motion to approve the new EMA with, modified language, that would be appreciated.
I will make resolution 18 to give authorization to Trey Bell to sign on behalf of Pleasant Township trustees for the EMA.
Energy management agreement.
Energy
Management.
Management.
agreement.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call?
Trustee Sheets,
Yes.
Trustee Hunter,
Yes.
Trustee Good.
Send this down the line, sign. I think you're good. And who's the board president currently? Sorry, you'll sign this one. This is the LOA. I just need you to sign here, print name, and you would be signing as trustee.
We don't have to change letterhead if we don't change. Ty, you could. We all do equally the same.
Figures for Ohio Edison saved us.
$59.085.21, and I'll send this out to you guys. I apologize. That's fine. I'll get it to you.
You'll send it to me?
Yeah.
When I put meeting highlights on
Yeah.
in the morning, and then everybody can read it. If you can send it to me before in the morning,
I will.
or give it to me now.
As soon as I get home, that'd be fine.
I'm
Actually, you know
fine.
what? Hold on a second. Done. Scott Raphael sent this. Let's see here. Forward. Include Give me your email again.
in Hunter
And
at pleasanttownship.com.
and it's yours are good, any good,
Mhm.
are good or any good?
Are good. This supposed to be with it, this Oprah's agreement?
Yeah, I'll send that to them.
I didn't know you had to see.
I have to just claim that I'm not receiving offers from you guys, that's all. Till we get other employees, I don't have to do it. Ed, can I get that again?
And sheets at AOL.com.
When this is fully executed, will you get a copy over to us?
I will, I'll sign it right now, but I'm gonna scan it in tomorrow. And do it.
Okay,
Okay.
I can make a copy now if you want to sign it and I can run back and copy it for Paula.
It's absolutely fine with me.
You guys want a copy?
So,
While Scott's here, does anybody have anything for Scott?
I'll just leave a couple of these graphs. Okay, I apologize because I cut it off, but it does dramatically drop off here like a wall at the end. Yeah, I think we're in a good shape and I think we're gonna see another couple of years of high savings. And that spread I told you about where the suppliers are bidding on the utilities default rate. I think over time, people will start to forget about the bad that happened and that spread will start to squeeze. But until then, you don't know,
Like in the beginning and then here lately, people noticed.
Yeah. Right now, people should be noticing big time the savings.
When they talk to their friends and relatives, other townships or other
Yeah,
areas of town, and then they compare. They're seeing.
well, you'll see on ours the rate and then you'll see the price to compare, which is printed on every one of your AEP bills or your Ohio Edison bills. The price to compare is in both typically, and it'll show you the rate that you would have been paying with the utility, which is what you're paying with the township aggregation. So it's always a good reminder that, you're doing really well. And any of those surrounding townships that could use our service, that's everybody. It's good. There it is. You can see, this is just getting another different view on that. It's just coming all of it. City of Columbus, I've got the response to them.
Don't run it. I know we got one.
Walk you through it.
Thing is, because like, people think our office is here and they think we're here,
Yeah,
so they get back.
so you
Gonna get me.
well, I definitely don't want you to feel like that's, you're not in the know. So let's talk, we can talk tomorrow and I am gonna create an energy bulletin like what has been done in the past for the township, which you can put on your website, which summarizes what the rates are, when they take effect, who to call, et cetera. It's like a instruction manual for how the programs run for this township. All right, it'll be easy.
Those are very hard. I always forget the info myself.
Yeah,
That's why I do jump on and look.
yeah. All right, well, good seeing everybody. And,
Thank you.
again, look for a call from me. All I'm looking for, I'm just gonna tell you what the rate came in at. All right, see you.
Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go on to department reports. Deputy Hamilton.
All right, last 2 weeks, there was 121 calls of service, 18 reports were made, with calls of service. One ticket was issued out of the 17 traffic stops that were done in the township. 2 burglaries, none of them were related. Something to be worried about there. Three thefts, one was a Cadillac converter, but he wasn't sure if he was stolen. What time frame it was, because the car's been sitting for a while. He called that in. And then 7, the rest of the thefts weren't related. They were just miscellaneous stuff from credit card theft to some other banking stuff. 7 accidents were responded to, 9 suspicious activities or people were stopped, and then 5 alarm drops, and then 5 disabled vehicles were stepped out.
Anything else for Deputy Hamilton?
Yes. The bomb threat or the bomb scare at Dollar General 62 in Lambert. What was up with that?
And it's another thing. Let's see. Report was taken, so next meeting I'll have more information on that.
Okay.
I didn't see it on there. I'm sorry. Apologize for that. I'll look it up and have information.
Thank you.
Anything else? No. Thank you, Deputy Hamilton. Okay, road department, Robert.
After our roof was replaced last summer, we had the need to re-insulate our third bay in the road department building. That was done last week sometime, and they did a very nice job. And weather permitting, we're still trying to get potholes filled, still out mowing brush back. The storm we had last night, we had very minimal damage along our roads, but we had a fairly decent sized cedar tree fall in the cemetery at Oak Grove. And we're gonna try to have that cleaned up tomorrow, because we need to empty the truck out that has the pothole patch in it. So we've got the driveway opened up so people can drive around in there. I'd like to go ahead and set a date for the spring cleanup. I was either figuring the last week of April or last weekend of April, which is Friday the 28th, or Saturday the 29th, or May 5th and 6th, which is also Friday and a Saturday. I don't know if you guys had a preference or just want to leave that up to me. Okay, I'm on let's go with April 28th and 29th. And the last thing on my list is there is a tile on Johnson Road. I am wondering if the trustees would be interested in having it petitioned through the county engineers. The tile was originally, the original petition was in 1912, so it's well over 100 years old. But what that means is the original petition was just to install the tile. There was no petition maintenance. What that involves is a $1,500 bond. $1,500 bond must be filed with the petition. And then after that, the maintenance costs will be spread between the township and the residents within that watershed. At this point, I have no idea how many residents are in that watershed yet. I'm just asking if you guys would want me to pursue this further or not.
If there's a way, this is my thought. If there's a way to check with everybody involved that would end up having to pay, and if they all agree, I'm all for it. But I'm not for putting something on someone that they have no choice without knowing an amount of money that they may have to pay.
Well, they would do, if you would like, I can get somebody from the Franklin County Drainage Engineers at the next meeting, well, hopefully the next meeting, to maybe explain it a little better. Because as with, me and Ed sat in on the one for the Argobright ditch, they had figures of what everybody would be paying and things like that. So
When it got to that point,
I think they were pretty angry.
right, and it was already to the point it was going in front of the county commissioners,
I can't remember at this time.
which has, it's gone in front of them and they okayed to have the study done,
Okay.
which could cost around $100,000. And that could be passed on to those people, whether they want it or not.
So do we not want to pursue it at this time then?
I don't know, what do you think?
I think if you're gonna pursue it, you need to have a open meeting and invite the residents that are involved in it. And see what
See what
their
interest
opinion
is.
is.
Yeah, maybe have some calls.
I can find out how many residents would be affected. So. Okay, hopefully I can get that information by the next meeting.
All that step one and then decide whether.
Yes,
Sounds good. That's all I have.
because they may all want it and,
They may all not.
right. But I think they should have a choice.
Okay.
Okay, anything else for Robert? Chief?
think, for us, it's been busy, but it's been slow, which is a good thing. Got our new medic gets paid for now, because you guys are gonna sign a check to pay for that. So they'll be happy to get their check for our medic since we've been using it. Right, no matter what, but, other than that, you know, we had that tornado response yesterday and doing big thing. Nothing else really going on of significance.
Anything else for Chief? Old business. Bill Dawson had applied for a grant with Franklin Park Conservatory, and he received the grant. It's been awarded. Have you seen anything come through the mail, Paula? Because Bill thinks it will probably go to you.
No.
And do you have to set up a separate account? He asked me if he should give you all the receipts, and I told him yes.
Okay. Okay, so the grant's actually coming to the township as opposed
Yes.
to him. Okay, yeah.
Given it, so are we reimbursing Bill? You paying for it? When you say give the receipts, is he paying for it and getting it from us, or are we paying expenses?
He believes this money, this check will come to the township.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't seen anything. Well, the mail comes through the fire department. I haven't seen anything.
And then as I was reading it today, when I was putting this together, there's some things we have to do, like publicize it and so I thought, you know, we can have David put on all three of our social medias. And Bill
We
is,
can do the sign up as well.
yeah. And Bill is planning a volunteer work day on May the 10th. So we can advertise that too. I believe he has to purchase specific things. So it might be that he may come to you and say he needs the $500 to Derby Creek Nursery for mulch or something. And I did volunteer you to pick up things.
Okay.
He said he was planning on asking you anyway.
He's wanting me to help with the roof on it. If I do, I'm gonna do that on a volunteer basis, not through the township, so.
The library,
Just let you know that.
I think Todd will help too. And Todd's dad said he wished.
I'll be a supervisor.
Yes, I volunteered him and his dad. They have every tool you could think of to work with that. Okay, but we thank Bill Dawson very much for all the work he put into that and all the care he's given to Ebenezer Cemetery. He has it looking like Franklin Park Conservatory Park. Thank him very much. Anything else for old business? New business. I printed off that email of questions that the auditor's office needs, so after the meeting, if we want to answer those questions, and I'll send it back to him tomorrow. And we received an email about the Franklin County Township Association meeting. Did you get the email?
I did.
You got it too, didn't you? That will be, I think it's March 23rd. East Broad Street at the Health Department building. Also, they will be holding the Health District Advisory Council meeting that night also. So I plan to attend. Are you gonna go? Okay.
Is that the same thing that I forwarded to you?
Yes.
Okay,
It was worded like I had to read it 3 times.
Yeah.
To see.
Okay.
Who they were really addressing.
Deadline dollars.
Didn't give a deadline.
I think there was a number on there to call somebody.
Yeah, her name's Deborah Smith,
If I'm
but they didn't give the
Are you,
deadline.
are you gonna RSVP?
Yeah.
Waiting for me to?
Yeah.
In the holiday, I'll go with you.
All right. Okay, anything else for new business? Paula?
Okay, I really don't have too much. I need a resolution to transfer $10,000 from the regular checking over to that medical reimbursement account.
I'll make resolution 19 to transfer $10,000 from general to the medical reimbursement account.
Okay.
Do I have a second? Roll call?
Trustee Sheets?
Yes.
Trustee Hunter?
Yes.
Trustee Good. Okay. And just received a notice or an invitation, I guess, the Farm Bureau on April 4th is having a meeting for issues relating to agriculture in the community. So that's in April. Anybody wants that information? Let me see. I just flipped it. April 4th, right, from between 11 and 1. Received notice of a hearing from worker comp on an injured worker. And I've received, and I forwarded this to you guys, there's been 2 really lengthy, came in on critical facility input. Do you remember seeing those?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they had a list there and it was really hard to read, but I enlarged it and they're counting some, I can't remember exactly what they were, but there were quite a few buildings or whatever in the township that they're counting as potential critical facility care.
Are you aware?
Okay. But I mean, I don't ever remember seeing this before, and I don't know if there's anything that township has to do on it, but I just, because they've put high importance and
You can forward that on.
Okay.
me, I'll look at that.
I'll make you a copy of it, but
When I looked at it, I thought it's probably something that should be going to you, but then I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, it makes sense for us because I'm finishing up our hazard mitigation for the whole township too. I'm finishing that.
well, and that's pretty much what they say that this is about is, well, it's because it came from, the lady is that hazard mitigation planner. Or like I said, they sent quite a bit of information, but I didn't know.
Might be the same thing.
Like, there's a great-
Finishing up, so
I mean, there's probably like a 20-page or more
Yeah.
questionnaire.
Yep.
Okay, then you probably already have it then.
I think, yeah.
But just because we'd never saw it and it said high importance.
Yeah, let me look at it for it,
Okay.
but I think it might be.
It sounds like it's probably the same thing. Okay.
Because they do the entire, they're going at every place in Franklin County. So the county contracted with someone for these hazard mitigation for the entire county, and they're putting that all in one big document.
Yeah, I mean, this is, like I said, you can't read it because it's in such small print, but those are all buildings, I guess. And
Yeah, so look.
somewhere in there, like I said, I enlarged it and there was some for Pleasant, so. Okay, that's,
The notice on the injured worker when we're done.
pardon?
Can I see the, on the
Mhm.
injured worker when we're done? Thank you.
Yep.
I think it's the second year.
But that's all I really have. I mean, I have a lot, but part of it's outdated because I wasn't here last meeting and most of it's newsletters and just kind of informational stuff. That's all I have.
Anything else for Paula? Anything else? At all?
Yeah, that's liquor license. We need to respond to that, whether we want a hearing or we don't.
So we don't do anything with that?
I think we sign it and just send it back in that we're not interested in a hearing, so I'll do that.
Get these out.
We don't need a resolution for that, do we?
Oh, because they're doing some parties down there. That's where they're serving wine. and beer.
Anything else? And I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call.
Trustee Sheets,
Yeah.
trustee Hunter,
Yes.
trustee Green.
Yes. Adjourned at 7:30. Thanks for coming.
Hi.
So thanks.
This is.
You got it. Just hang on.
Well, that's my favorite question. Did you come up with this or did they?
Yeah, actually, I ran all that new tile for Thomas's.
I don't know. Some
And-
state-
It's like $2,500 a piece. And it goes into the tile. It's not touched. So then the rain begins. That's full, and it's running across the top of the ground. After about 2 weeks of no rain, I thought it's out. There's just, I can't, we're coming in.
Where does it go?
I can see if I can pull it up, but
Like where's his house?
If you can make a copy of that, send it, at least I'll have it, yeah.
Probably right here. Or, no, right here.
Okay.
They're
You know what, let me,
across here.
see if I can pull it up on my phone and see if it's in my email, but
Where does it back up at? Whose property is this?
That
is,
Next to
This-
this.
yeah, that is this lady's. She in this field,
Good
and
Lord.
that is Jim Krebs's.
I wasn't on the line today, I'm like, 50 million emails. Like,
So do you think these people would all
Huh?
be affected?
she
That's
just
what I
went
had
to
to find out,
motor vehicles
because
and,
Their
I
water.
guess they could get it like replacement because she lost it, but where they don't give it to you, I guess.
I'd have to check.
They
on
give
it. I
you
don't know which
paper
one.
and
It's probably
somebody
great,
said
so,
do a pick.
but the majority of
you know,
this
be
water
like a
runs
wet-
down here.
whatever. So. Yeah. So that's, she
To
just
here.
said that to fly.
And that comes across down through here, ties into
She's
this
coming
tile,
back.
which eventually ties into it. So they probably would be, because that's
They would get
considered
clients.
watershed.
They're
Thought
talking
Jim
work,
Ramsey told me this.
we're getting some new appliances for the water condo. And she had ordered them back,
Well, could even,
They
yeah,
were supposed to
for
come-
this
I
water,
think it was in December.
when you get
They
to the
actually
top of
went
the
to
hill
Florida.
going down,
They delivered them to her house.
all that water comes down to here.
Ed's sister had actually called to
Well,
get.
that would even affect.
You guys
Bunch of
get
empty
like
too.
delivery, which they get stuff on Amazon
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
that
like that all the time.
Prairie
And she goes, well, there's a big box